Today I'm working on a 2006 Mercedes E350. Came in sitting, collapsed completely the suspension, and it has two broken coil springs. You can see in the front here, the coil just went right past the perch. It's supposed to be sitting there and going up against the top, and it's just coiled all the way down. So removing it's a little bit easier, being that you can collapse the shock, whereas if it was not like this, you'd have to fight the lower control arm downwards to get it over to get the strut over the top of that where it hooks in. But for this one, what I'm going to do is take this lower bolt off. So I took the lower bolt off. Really easy. Just use a 21mm socket and a 21mm wrench. Hold the one side. I just impacted it off. Now these upper nuts, 13mm socket, take those three off. Alright, now with those upper nuts off, it's very easy for me just to collapse this shock, lift it up and pull it right out. Putting the new one in with the spring in place, I'm not going to be able to collapse the shock obviously, so I'm going to have to pry down on the lower control arm to reinstall it. But for right now, I'm going to just get this out of here, pull down up there, collapse the shock, grab it out, and then start to install the new stuff. Alright, I pulled that out. The only way I was going to get it out like that is because the coil spring is broken, obviously. But what I'm going to have to do to reinstall this is pull this inner control arm bolt and this sway bar. I found that usually you have better luck with this upper bolt on the sway bar link, and this one, you know, I've never had a problem with this this control arm bolt. So hold this with the 21, use your inverted Torx, get this bolt off. Pull this bolt off. You need a large Allen. I can't remember the size. I think it's maybe a 12mm Allen. And then undo this with also a 21. And you can take this arm and swing it down. Then when you're installing your new one, it's a lot easier to get it in there. And you can just stick it in, put the arm back in place, have the car back at ride height again before you tighten the inner bushing. So you're going to want to either put a screw jack out here or have it on a drive-on hoist so you can tighten it up again, so get the correct orientation for this bushing. But I'm going to take this arm loose right now and take this off and then swing it down so that I can, when I get this spring on the shock, get it installed easily. So alright, I have the spring. I compressed the spring, put it on the old shock. The customer wanted to reuse the old shocks, replace the upper mount plate, and I'm going to reinstall it. Super easy to put it in with that lower arm hanging like that, just the sway bar link and the inner bolt removed. You can just stick it in with one hand and then reach around with your other one and tighten the three nuts up top. You know, and then you can just button it up, kind of reverse procedure. Like I said, make sure the car's at ride height before you tighten the inner bolt. For compressing this spring, it's not really something you want to do at your house with the little spring compressors you rent from the store. The spring tension on these is insane. I mean, I have a big wall mounted unit, and even using that's kind of a little bit sketchy. So it's not really something I would advise you doing, you know, at home. It might be better to actually get if they're available, get a loaded assembly, the whole strut, you know, spring, everything, and just stick it in like that, and then you can just do this procedure, and it's pretty easy. It's something you could do at home, but yeah, you're not going to want to try to squeeze this spring down. It's very dangerous. So, but thanks for watching. I hope this video helps a little bit. Thanks.